welcome back to the Right of Pride 639 channel, or if this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. Today marks a very special day with Palindrome Interactive releasing the Shadowveil Legend of the Five Rings demo as of today. So it is now available for you to download on Steam, and this will give you full access to a small portion of the game before it fully releases later on in March of 2025. So before we get started here, first off, I would absolutely really love it if you guys subscribe to the channel down below, and make sure that you do drop a like on this video as well, as we're working our way towards 500 subscribers. So the demo is about to bring a whole host of new features, some new unlocked things, as well as an additional character to play at the start, as well as a first-time tutorial for new players. But before we get into the video, let's hear a word from today's sponsor. And today's video sponsor is me. If you're a dedicated gamer like myself, then you know that having the best equipment at your fingertips is the key to achieving victory in many different games like League of Legends, Call of Duty, Marvel Rivals, and more. Red Dragon Gaming has got you covered with a wide assortment of gaming peripherals, including keyboards, mice, headsets, and game controllers. Not only are these products great quality, but there are also so many models to choose from, so you can pick the perfect one to complement your setup, or put the finishing touches on your battle station at incredibly affordable prices with free shipping anywhere in Canada or the US. So if you're looking to upgrade your gaming setup without breaking the bank, head on over to reddragonshop.com and use code WRITER at checkout for 15% off of your entire order. Thank you all for your support. Now let's get back to the video. Alright, so we are launching Shadowveil Legend of the Five Rings demo. So as you can see here, we do have our initial start screen that we originally had before. The options menu has changed ever so slightly. So let's go ahead and take a look. So as you notice now, the options over on the left-hand side here have moved ever so slightly. You still have a lot of the same options that we did before, so you can choose from full screen, full screen, or windowed. You can change your resolution, your language, and turn VSync on or off. Your graphics options are much the same as it was before, so as you can see, we currently have it all set to Epic. I am running this game on a Ryzen 9 3900X, as well as a NVIDIA 2070 Super. The minimum system requirements for the game, I believe, were a 2nd gen Intel CPU and a 10 series NVIDIA GPU. So there's going to be a lot of systems out there that are going to be able to handle this type of game. As for the sound, you have your usual sound options here. One of the options that I did recommend to the devs was a audio persist on window focus, which unfortunately isn't in this version of the game. It is something I do hope to add, or they do hope to add later in the game. So that would, because I do operate on multiple monitors, I'd like to be able to switch from screen to screen without losing the sound focus in the game. So let's go ahead and start a new game. I already kind of started one here just to kind of see what things looked like and notice that there was some major differences. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to start a new game in this last slot behind my head. And let's see the new dialogue.
The great clans are all vying for dominion over their wounded empire. While they bicker, the terrors of the Shadowlands tirelessly...
So there's the 7 great clan mons down at the bottom. So notice it doesn't include the mantis.
Has kept those horrors at bay. For 1,000 years more, their wall must stand.
All right, let's go ahead and play the... So you can actually skip the skip the tutorial, or you can actually play the tutorial. So we're gonna go ahead and show you guys what the tutorial is all about here. So I'm gonna turn off my camera box so you guys can get the full view of what's happening.
Samurai of the Crab, listen up! Do any of you see the ancestral war banner of the Hida up there on the wall? No? That's because while you fine folks played samurai dress-up last battle, a goblin scampered up the battlements, snatched our banner, and ran off. We don't want to be known as the samurai who lost an ancestral relic to the Shadowlands. So listen up. Here's the plan. We find that goblin, squash it like a cockroach, snag our banner back, and never mention this to anyone, ever. We'll be back before the sake has dipped below lukewarm. That's a promise. Let's move. Ha, a few strays. You, fight these goblins with me.
Alright, so this is where they show you how to deploy units in a fight. So you automatically start with the one in battle. You can move them around anywhere you wish. So I'm going to put him on the front line. That is Masahiro. And then we have the option of choosing, it looks like a Caillou Engineer and a Hiruma Scout. So we only get 2 units, as you can see here. You eventually will be able to earn more command points in order to deploy more units, which we'll show here shortly. So we've got our 2 units deployed. Let's go ahead and start battle, and then the battle just plays itself out. So this is what's defined as an auto battler. So each individual unit gets experience points. They have a health bar. And then you get to your reward screen.
Tincture. Ugh, can't drink that, but could be useful in other ways.
So we have an ability card with an orange rarity, which is pretty high up there. And then we get some currency that we can use back at base when we get there.
And I nabbed this map off of a scout. Heard him say something about a goblin nest near the mountain pass.
So in the map, much like other roguelites, you basically have to follow a set path or a split path if there's more than one to choose from. Simply click on your next destination to move on to the next battle.
This type of goblin before. Get up close and personal with them, and we'll have the advantage.
So this shows you how to inspect the units. You basically hover over it to kind of see its hit points and what it does. You can also press Shift in order to see a whole lot more about what this unit actually does and some of its weaknesses.
More of them, huh? I could probably use Mokuna's tincture against these beasts.
Alright, so you can access your inventory using this button here. Now you'll see that these are all the various ability cards that your units can have. This one has an open spot, so that's where this is telling you to move the inventory. Simply just click and drag and move it into the inventory slot. Once you're done, go back to the battle, and we're already fully deployed, so let's kick things off. And you notice that Hiruma Scout, one of its abilities, that it can basically teleport across the battlefield, which makes it incredibly useful. Alright, so now we get to choose one ability.
Where's that witch hunter I sent for?
So if you hover over a card, it tells you exactly what it does. So 40 elemental witch. So this blue border means that this belongs to a Kuni Witch Hunter class. And it kind of gives you the what the damage means, cooldown, the rarity, and some of the keywords like encumbered and encased. But this one here does a little bit more damage. Plus it also gives crit bonus. You'll see at the bottom here kind of its other stats. But we're going to take this Cleansing Flame. After every battle you do get Fortitude. So it's basically almost like group XP basically. So we got a little bit, we got some more crafting mats, so we'll go ahead and claim those. And then, because our Fortitude leveled up, we get to pick a boon. Later on, as you progress, there will be more and different boons to choose from. So here it shows you about command points. It says you can only deploy as many units as you have command points. The more command points you have, the more units you can deploy. So we're going to go ahead and pick this boon. Sorry. So it gives us +1 command point, and it also gives us the ability to heal a unit. So we are going to heal Hida Masahiro. And there are other ways to heal units as well, which we'll go through in a bit. So now we can move on to the next thing. So there's a potential Jade reward in this battle.
Witch Hunter, you got here in your own time, didn't you? Since you're here, call upon the elemental spirits to toast these pests, will you? Hells, use that Cinder Step mastery you went on and on about back at the wall.
Alright, so now we have a Kuni Witch Hunter in our party, which is Kuni Shiyu. So they have an open spot here, so we're going to go ahead and add this card to her ability pile. Now you'll notice during this deploy phase there are elemental spirits on the ground. Each elemental spirit corresponds to a certain element, and each element will give certain bonuses and penalties for whoever starts the battle on them. So for this elemental spirit fire, whoever is on there gets 40 attack for the combat. So we're going to put our scout on that. This one here, elemental spirit earth, whoever is on that gets 40 defense. We're going to go ahead and put Masahiro on that. And then our Kuni Witch Hunter will go ahead and we'll kind of stick them towards the back here. And then start. So we now have 3 units to use in battle. And there we go. So the nice thing is once you start the battle, it's pretty much up to the computer, or up to the AI from there to determine how the battle plays out. So we got +1 Jade, and another smelting stock.
Enough work for today. This jade means we can stay in the Shadowlands longer without becoming tainted. Let's make camp here and settle down for a few.
Alright, so this part of the tutorial shows you how you can make camp in order to rest your units.
Just missing a bottle of brew and fortunes and wins dice. Don't forget about your duties. This jade only buys us enough time to perform one, so we need to make it count.
So, you're the commander of your squad. That means you decide which duties your warriors will perform. You only have enough Jade to stick around long enough to perform this one time. So you automatically get this one for free, this camp rations. And then you can normally get one... even just building camp costs you one Jade token. Other abilities and other bonuses will appear in these ones in the later parts of the game. The more items you select, the more Jade it will cost you in order to perform those actions. So you need to watch your Jade stores carefully. If you run out, you're going to lose the ability to heal before a big fight. So we're going to go ahead and call up reserves, so we get 1 temporary command point. So we select that one, we get healed for 80% of max health, and then we rest. So now everybody's all nice and healed up. So now we're going to go ahead and take on the boss fight.
You're the oversized brute who swiped our banner, huh? Poor choice, my friend.
I hold human flag. Mine!
Samurai, cut this goblin down and victory is ours. Tonight we celebrate.
Alright, so now we're in the deploy phase. So as you can see, here is the boss's health bar here. That's a very, very big health bar. We can deploy up to 4 units. Thankfully, we have 4. Plus, we have another focus point, an elemental void on the field, which gives a cooldown. So CDR is cooldown rating, or cooldown... I'm pretty sure it's cooldown rating. So you get faster cooldowns, but you do lose attack speed. This particular zone usually works best for spellcasters. Especially if you have a lot of spells or abilities that either grant your party bonuses or heal. It can be very, very invaluable at that stage. We also can now use our Caillou Engineer, who is a ranged attack specialist. And then, of course, we have our Hirama Scout and Hida Masahiro. So, we've got our units deployed. Let's go ahead and start the battle. So the little guys go down quickly. And then... And that is the tutorial. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that first little sneak peek of the Shadowveil Legend of the Five Rings demo. I'm so glad that they added a tutorial option for it. That was one of the things I was hoping that they would add from my last video, which wasn't present during the content creator build. But I'm glad to see that a tutorial is now available. So if you made it this far in the video, I would absolutely love it if you guys make sure you do subscribe to the channel down below, and please drop a like on this button and let me know in the comments below, what are you looking most forward to in this game? What kind of things are you hoping to see, or what kind of storylines are you hoping they show off in the game's release when it comes out in March? That being said, like I said, the full version of the game is slated to come out on March 4th on Steam, so make sure that you guys add this game to your wish list, because adding to the wish list actually really helps out the developers for their marketing purposes. So add the game to your wish list. You won't regret it. As for me, that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you all very much for tuning into this short little video. There's going to be so much more that's going to be added to the game at a later date. Plus, there's going to be more videos from me personally. I'll hopefully be able to add some more tips and tricks and things to look out for when the game fully releases. So make sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel with the notification bell on, so that way you guys don't miss any future videos there. So that's going to do it for me. Thank you all very much for tuning in. Thank you, Marcy Cho, and until next time, take care.